Good morning, y'all. It is time for chapter 10, The Edge of Betrayal. The city lights flickered below, casting an eerie glow across the room. Niara stood by the window, her mind whirling with the new realization. Betrayal had always been a distant possibility, but now it had become a chilling truth. She could almost taste it in the air. Juan's playing us, she murmured. Enrique stiffened. What do you mean? Niara slowly turned, her eyes narrowing. This isn't just about power, it's a test. He's testing us, seeing how much we're willing to sacrifice, how far we're willing to go. Enrique's brow furrowed. And the boy? Niara took a deep breath, her gaze shifting to the boy, still motionless in the corner. His silence had grown oppressive, unsettling. She could feel his eyes on her, but he never spoke, never moved. He's not just some pawn, she continued. He's part of a bigger plan we didn't see coming. We were distracted by the obvious, by the power struggle, but this is something else entirely. The tension in the room thickened. Enrique exchanged a glance with Marcus, who had been eerily quiet until now. Are you saying we're being set up? Yes, Niara said, her voice steady but cold. But it's not just a simple trap. It's a web, woven carefully, thread by thread, and we're already caught. Marcus shook his head. But he's just a kid. What does he have to do with all of this? Niara smiled darkly, her eyes glinting with a sharp edge. That's the problem. He's not just a kid. And this isn't just about Juan and his ambitions. This is bigger than all of us. Marcus's eyes shifted back to the boy, who remained unmoving, his presence growing heavier in the room. So what now? We just sit here and let him win? Niara's voice dropped to a whisper, as though she had just realized something. No, we don't sit, we move. But we have to be careful. The moment we make a wrong move, we'll lose more than just power. We'll lose control, and we can't afford that. A chill ran through the room, and suddenly the atmosphere felt thicker, like the very air itself had turned hostile. Niara's gaze never left the boy. Something was wrong. There was no fear in his eyes, no innocence, just an unsettling calm. Marcus frowned, his unease rising. But what if it's too late? What if we've already lost? The silence that followed was deafening. Niara's mind raced, but there was no clear answer. The pieces didn't fit, not the way they were supposed to. Enrique's voice broke the stillness. Do you think he knows what we're planning? Niara's heart skipped a beat. She's considered that possibility, but now, standing in the room with him, the reality of it made her stomach turn. The boy had been watching them from the very beginning, his eyes too knowing for someone so young. The walls seemed to close in, and for the first time, Niara wondered if their fate had already been sealed. What if they were the ones being manipulated, not the other way around? The thought lingered like a shadow on her mind, gnawing at her. Her voice was barely above a whisper. I think we've underestimated him, but more than that, we've underestimated Juan. And the worst part, I think we're all just pawns in this game. Enrique stepped closer, his gaze fixed on the boy. Then what do we do? Niara's eyes never left the child. We make our move, but we have to do it carefully. We can't show our hand too soon. Not yet. But as she said those words, she felt the weight of something deeper, an unease that had settled into her bones. The boy had been watching them with those quiet eyes, but there was more to him than just stillness. There was calculation. And suddenly, Niara felt like the ground beneath her was shifting, and she was no longer sure where she stood. Could they still stop this, or had they already fallen too far down the path? As the silence stretched, Niara's mind raced with a million unanswered questions, and in that moment, she wasn't sure if they were running out of time or if it had already run out for them. And that's the end of chapter 10, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching and listening. Follow me if you want to know more, see more, hear more.